So this patch right here says, I could do this all day if I wanted to. TMP established 2006. One of the newer TMP patches there at the web store right on the screen. Designed by my sons, Tactical Doodle and Last Suspect. They have some other designs coming on, even funnier. We like a good sense of humor here. Here's an old shark sticker. I think he's got those in stock too. Which brings us to what's on the table right now. The ACE Galil. Finally, reviewing it. Awesome. This is a GAR1639 in 762 by 39. I checked it out at a SHOT Show many years ago. Talked to IWI. Said, hey, can I get one of those on a loan for a review? At the time, they said, sure. And then I reviewed the Tavor, and it was a positive review. The X95 was a lukewarm review. And that was actually a long time after the Tavor. I still love the Tavor. X95, not so much. I think it's oversold.
Look at that.
You know, if we had the mini Tavor the Israelis use, the IDF, I'd be on board. But IWI, I think, didn't like that review. And so they never sent me a gun for review, and they refused to do so. Like I said, dude, truth is truth. It's a hard road to hoe, man, and it is what it is. So finally, I got the association from Gunny's Gun Store. Thank you to them. Thank you to Wyatt. They are the Great American Gun Store. I've always called them that. And I got this on loan to go out and shoot it. Do a tabletop. Let you know if I like it. And that's basically what this video is about. There's several models of the Galil, by the way. You can go to their website. You'll see it. You've got the GAP39, which is the pistol version, pistol brace version. That was recalled for a 3-pin fire control group, I guess. Whatever. GAR1639, that's a 762 by 51 version. They say it weighs 9 pounds. GAR16556, that's a 223, 7.5 pounds. GAP51 SP, that's a 308 pistol, and there's some more out there. Which one did I get for review? Well, the quintessential AK chambered one, of course. That's the one I always wanted to review. Because I want to pit it up against a good old AK. Just like this one right here. Ishvesk produced. Once upon a time Arsenal. I've rolled it in on a lot of tabletops because it's still my favorite AK. It's modded out with Magpul stuff. Love it. Love it. So we really have to, you know, answer the question, and I assume that some people will come here for that, you know. Would I buy an ACE Galil over a regular stamped receiver or even milled receiver AK? We'll get to that at the last talking point. First things first, POU is standard. Any questions? Cool. Features. Well, we'll start here and go aft. It's got its own proprietary, not proprietary, but a standard muzzle brake. I didn't have any problems with it. I probably wouldn't spin it off and put something different on it. Nice thick barrel on it, actually. It's thicker, obviously, than you can see with this AK variant rifle. It's a really nice thick barrel. But along with that thick barrel, and along with all this metal right here, and this metal up here, and the metal, more importantly, in the handguard, it's heavy. I'm going to give it its credit, but I have to ding weight. I mean, 8 pounds, 10 ounces with a 30-round polymer magazine in it? That's crazy. That's heavy. That's a heavy gun, yeah. It says it weighs 7.5 pounds without a mag. I guess I've always kind of dinged them for weighing it without a mag, but I guess they don't know what magazine you're going to put in it. Well, here's a pro tip. Include the magazine and weigh it with that. How's that? Being a consumer advocate that I am. Wow, what a concept. Give us a real weight. They always try to... it's not IWI, it's every gun manufacturer always tries to kind of fudge the weight just a little bit, make it seem lighter than it might be. I like the barrel though, it's pretty excellent. In a 7.62 39 chambering, it's 1 to 9.5 twist rate. It is cold hammer forged. It is chromed inside, in case you care. Cool. The sights are pretty good. They are obviously included. I don't like the thickness of the front post. It is trit, of course, and it is winged and protected, and you could probably swap that out with something different. But it is coarse. Man, is it coarse. Now, for the testing, I used optics, of course, to get a real idea of how accurate or inaccurate the ACE Galil is. That's what we did. So I didn't really run it with irons and standard in the back here. But they're there. It's just a small criticism, really. I really like the gas tube on the ACE Galil. Here's why. Because it rides in on a machined channel. So it's really stable. It's super easy to remove once you get to that stage. I'm not going to take it down, but I'll show you some photos of when I did. I really like the gas tube. It's cool. It's chrome lined everywhere. Super quality. Just, I'm really impressed with everything. When you take it apart, you look at the bolt carrier, the bolt itself. Standard AK, you know, we all know about the Galil, the history. I'm not going to go into that. It's very AK-ish. Super quality, though. I mean, IWI, you can never fault them on their quality levels. They're superb. Now, one thing that is not superb to me is I don't really dig these. I mean, it's a fat forend to begin with, and there's not much you can do about it. Okay, and I think I said that at the trade show years ago. When I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know, man, that's kind of a fat forend, you know. And I'm going to take this protective cover off and show you what's underneath here. It's metal. Imagine that. And I mentioned that in the weight discussion. So this is a lot of metal. Even though it's a short handguard, it's not really a long run like you would see in a Robinson Arms XCR, which contributes to its weight. You can see some milled out areas for routing of wires for your pressure switch on your light or your laser or your combination thereof. This adds weight. How much? I don't know. Some. It adds some, that's for sure. Compared against that Zukov forend that I have on here, you know, which one would you prefer, Nutnfancy? This one. All day long, this one. It's more comfortable. It's narrower. I can still attach things on it. Duh. There you go right there. Got a little short pick rail. All day long. And I have a longer grasping area. This is a short grasping area. I'd rather, if I'm going to have this weapon system this heavy, how about you let me grasp it out to here? The front sight can rise up. There's a lot of guns that do that. No bayonet lug on this particular version. I don't know if I've seen an ACE Galil with a bayonet lug, if you care. This is heat line, though, this handguard. You probably saw that in my photos. Aluminum. I think it's aluminum. It might be stainless steel heat shielding in there. Really cool left side reciprocating charging handle. It's different. For me, it's different because I'm used to AK on the right side. I do cross-hand charging, cross-hand manipulation. I've gotten used to it. I think any AK dude has. This takes a little bit getting used to. It is reciprocating. If you shoot against a barricade, you can chew up some wood. Been there, done that. And then you have a really cool sliding dust cover plate there to prevent ingress of dirt and mud on this right here. So that's cool. I like the magazine paddle. Very easy to operate. The magazine well is kind of a mixed bag because we found magazine compatibility with the ACE Galil in this chambering. You're not going to have all your mags fit. The Bulgarian fits, obviously the Magpul fits, the steel fits, Tapco, no go. I think the US Palm is a no-go. I have one around here somewhere and I forgot. And I think I tried it and it was like, no, it doesn't. Now this one, you know, stamped receiver AK, just, you know, jack of all trades, bring it, it'll fit. That's kind of a disadvantage to me, especially for such an expensive weapon system. This GAR1639, full length Picatinny rail up top. We kind of saw that when we were looking at the sights. I didn't have any loosening in the rail like I've seen with some other guns I've tested in the past couple of years. Look at the quality levels again. Milling is excellent. This is, you know, a CNC milled out block of aluminum. I think they do a great job with it. However, it's still a milled out block of aluminum. This part is polymer right here. That takes us to the safety, which is pretty good. I mean, I don't dislike the safety. It's right side. It's definitely better than the AK safety without modifications, without a Krebs or some other modification. It's okay. Long pull of the trigger. I'm not going to weigh it for time. The trigger is a long pull. I would think, though, that it would pull heavier than it does. Let me reverse that, actually. It pulls, actually, it feels lighter than it is what I'm trying to say. It's about 6.5 pounds, and I didn't really mind the trigger. Kind of a surprise on the ACE Galil. I thought it was pretty good. What's not so awesome, though, is the takedown. Again, we're not doing it for time, but there's a long, really hard return spring that holds this in. And what that does is keeps this top cover relatively stable. But I still found that the takedown was just a little bit tedious because of this. I mean, you really got to push it in. It kept popping in weird places when I'm trying to put the gun back together. It was definitely, to me, just to me, because maybe I'm a goof, not as easy to take down as a regular AK. Another question I have is return to zero. So since we've mounted a scope here, now you want to take your gun apart. And I didn't test that. I should have, didn't. I really question return to zero if I've mounted a scope here. But even up here, that's on the gas tube. That also is not a locked down, non-movable part. Both of these are takedown parts. This moves, that moves. Granted, they lock in tightly. They seem firm. But I can't tell you how many times where I thought that was the case. I go and shoot it, and lo and behold, we have some wandering. Or the zero is dicked. Just a thought. You know, maybe your mileage varies. No last shot hold open in this chambering due to the magazines. I don't like the weight forward on the ACE Galil. Because of this metal, it just feels really heavy up front, and that is swing speed. I don't dig it. This is a lot faster. We have a thinner barrel, less weight up here, swinging, you know, a Sega just quicker, or any stamped AK. To me, it just seems a little bit quicker. I think that's a features review. No, by the way, I didn't talk about sling tie-ins really. There's one here, and I was looking at another gun. No, it's not there. None up front, and I also didn't mention the stock, which is actually awesome. So it locks in very solidly. In another review, I talked about this stock mechanism, ACE Galil, how stiff it is to undo and fold the stock. For instance, with one hand, maybe I'm just a wuss, I can't do it. I'm going to have to push it against my chest, take it out, and no, I'm not making this up. There we go. Boom. ACE Galil stock folded, and yes, it can fire in this condition, of course. It's just a minor thing. I'm really not going to level a big criticism of that because it is a very sturdy stock mechanism, and I'd much rather have it the way it is now than having something that wiggles and moves. Well, more than it does. I don't think it does. Mostly it's coming on this stock extension right here. And this is, you know, your standard 5 position or whatever, 4 position rear butt stock with no rubber butt pad, incidentally. Kind of simple. So this is very old school AR-15. I mean, nowadays, if you were to market an AR-15 with this stock on it, guys would be going, seriously? That's what you give me? You know, because we've all become kind of furniture snobs on our AR-15s. There, now I'm really done with the features review. How did it shoot? How about this? Pretty excellent. That's how it shot. I was surprised how well the ACE Galil shot. In fact, it was fun to shoot, it was smooth, it stayed on target, and it had no reliability problems at all. Bet you didn't see that coming. You probably thought I was going to say something negative about it, didn't you? Nope, it's awesome. Totally awesome. I'm looking for the paper for it. Accuracy-wise, it was also pretty excellent, and it dominated this gun. For sure. It totally did. Here's the first target. That was a couple months ago. Look at that. That's Wolf. 124 grain hollow point out of the ACE Galil. 2 rounds here. Now that's actually 3 rounds. 2 in 1 hole. 3 rounds? I've always said Wolf 124 grain HPA, and I don't even know if they're still importing it because I don't see it anywhere. That's a really good round. I mean, it's velocity-wise, it's one of my top picks. It's cheap, and a good AK variant will cycle it all day long. Look at that group. Group. We're talking like, some of those are sub-MOA out of the ACE Galil. Holy freak, man. Opens up here. Wolf opened up there. So it wasn't consistent. It wasn't like every group I shot. But this, oh, this is at the range. I think that other one was at the desert, the windy desert, where you saw those groups. Go figure. Here's another one, windy desert, golden bear. That's about what this gun shoots. Like stamped receiver AK, that's a pretty decent group out of a standard AK variant. Golden bear, good group there. Hornady SST, I love that load. Doing really good, actually. Those are good groups out of an AK variant rifle. Well, kind of an AK, more of a Galil variant rifle. SST, SST, SST. All these are great groups. I'll call the accuracy of the ACE Galil excellent. I'll call the reliability excellent. How's that? So would I buy it? Whew, that's a harder question to answer. Mainly because it's expensive. How's that? I mean, seriously, it's an expensive gun. It MSRP's at $1,900. $1,900 is MSRP. Gunnies, bless their hearts, is selling them at like $1,650, $1,700, which is a good deal off MSRP, but that's an expensive gun. For a 7.62 39? I mean, I'll take 2 to 3 MOA accuracy in this all day long. I'll customize it the way I want. I'll put the handguard I want, the pistol grip I want. I won't be locked in like you will here. Forgot to mention that, by the way. I like the pistol grip, but you're kind of stuck with it. There's not a lot of modification you're going to do. There might be some websites that are tailoring certain accessories, furniture to the Galil, the ACE Galil crowd. That could be, I don't know. But again, do you really want to go out and spend another $500 modifying a $1,700 gun? That's dumb. You'd be better off go buy yourself a freaking Romanian AK and mod it out all day long. Go buy a used one and restore it. I know, it seems obvious, right? So, because of the cost, and there's another thing, you guys know what I want to say. That's right, it's too heavy. You're right. I wouldn't buy it for those 2 reasons. There's no way. It's just too heavy, too expensive. If it weighs the same weight as this or pretty close, I don't know if I wrote the weight on this one. There it is right there. 7 pounds, 6 ounces naked, right there on the bottom of the receiver. So it's like over 2 pounds lighter than this. And then make it less expensive, around $1,000. Then we have a discussion. Then we're like, dude, yeah, I'd probably get myself an ACE Galil. I think the go-to model, though, is that the arm brace version. That, to me, is more intriguing. So it has a short barrel. It's super portable. It's going to be a little bit lighter. I think they list a 7.5 pound weight for the GAP39 SB. 6.5, actually. I'm sorry. 6.5 pounds is what they're showing. That, to me, is kind of the go-to version. Yeah, you're going to lose some velocity. Yeah, you're going to get more blast. But dang, it's handy. Super handy and super reliable. And probably just as accurate as this gun. So that'd probably be the way to go. I'd probably get, if you ask me, hey, would you buy a GAP39 SB? The answer is yes, I would. Again, cost, but it's going to be lighter, all the things I just talked about. That, to me, is more intriguing. Maybe the 7.62x51 version would be a player too, because now it's getting into a larger caliber where a lot of the guns it is competing against are heavier. So it's not uncommon at all to find a sapper that's weighing 9 pounds. And so that gun, which model is that? The 1651 ACE Galil, it makes more sense. By the way, the watch is a super cool Casio. I think it's a GA400. Yep, GA400 9 Bravo. Link in the bottom. Love this watch. Hey, that's Blue Angel colors. Yeah. Dang, Navy. I'm an Air Force guy. Maybe. I just like the colors, dude. Whatever. Other people also report excellent accuracy, like American Riflemen said their ACE Galil shot very well. It does ding up the brass pretty hard, especially in the 308 version. You might want to watch that. And I'm trying to remember where it kicked it out. You'll see it in footage of where it's throwing the brass. It's positive, if memory serves. It's pretty positive. There are a couple of modifications. I think ALG, and I love their triggers, by the way. I have an ALG right here. That's an ALG trigger I put in this AK. You can put one in this right here. Put it in. It'll be an ACE Galil trigger, but I'd probably just stick with the one it is. Overall, though, super accurate, super reliable, and super expensive. You decide.
Wow. That was around in there.
What would you buy? A really high quality AK or that one?
What's the cost of this?
That's a lot.
Yeah, probably a quality AK. I know there's some kind of weird little...
You get like a milled receiver AK that will shoot fairly accurately. I don't know if as accurate as this thing's on it.
I probably wouldn't spend the money, honestly. Probably would buy just a better AK over this.
Do you have an AK in your system or no?
No,
just on terms of money?
I looked to get an AK, but I didn't want to have to go through getting all the magazines and ammo and just kind of devoting a lot of time and money into a whole new weapon system.
Yeah.
Versus an AR. So ARs is what I run.
Yep.
Okay, ready?
Hit it. ACE Galil 76239 chambering. It's always what I wanted to test, and here we are testing it. Thanks to Gunny's Gun Shop. Pretty good gun, huh?
Nice gun.
Not one jam with whatever we fed it.
Boy, it got an assortment today too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hodgepodge. Russian, American,
Hornady,
brass, steel. It chugged it all. But so does a good AK, actually.